Welcome to A Piece of CX. This week we're going to take a look at how we replace the Max agent with CX1 Agent within a Nice CXone Mpower environment. Now, if you've gone live, say from the start of 2024 onwards, what you're seeing on the left-hand side of the screen might be very unfamiliar to you. But Max was the agent experience of choice on CX1 for a number of years, and it wasn't until the spring of 2023 that CX1 Agent went into general availability, and over the last 2.5 years of releases has got better and better and brought more and more capabilities and brand new capabilities into the realm of the agent within CX1. But with Max due to go end of life at the end of 2025 at the time of recording, there are still businesses that are looking at Max and going, what does that mean? What does that mean for us? How do we move our agents? The first thing to note here is that the legacy digital channels are not supported. So if you had traditional chat or the in contact generation, essentially, legacy chat, legacy email, they will not migrate across. But you can migrate your channels to digital first. And actually, you'll see here my agent on the left-hand side has 2 items in their inbox. Now, this is where actually Max has been not perfect for a few years with the acquisition of Brand Embassy and that becoming first digital, first omnichannel, then digital experience. All of the digital content actually sat in what is essentially an iframe within the agent experience here. So we go back to this and close that. You'll see it hops about a little bit. So if I place a call in to my agent, we accept that agent leg. We get all kinds of feedback and we can handle our call as we need to. So all of my functionality here is available to me, the ability to transfer, to create a commitment, to launch, to record something, to mask, all of that kind of good stuff is here. None of that goes away with CX1 Agent. So let's hang up that call. Let's fill in our reason codes and let's save that. And you know what? We will just take a quick look at the digital experience. We've got a couple of digital messages here. You'll see we've got a customer path. This actually started to get a bit messy because once you start to add in custom components like rich messages, then everything just got a little bit hectic. So this became a lot cleaner when we moved to DFO. So what I'm going to do is I am going to go and claim those on my CX1 agent. So let's say goodbye to Max and let's introduce CX1 Agent. So single application for the agent. In fact, let me just make sure I made myself unavailable because if not, later bits of this demo will not work brilliantly. So single unified application, unified inbox for the agents to work, full screen by default. However, it's not the only way in which we operate CX1 Agent. We can make it smaller. Once we go to, I think it's about 360 pixels wide, then it starts to take a narrow form. Don't go that, kind of want to go there at your smallest. That way, I guess, it looks a little bit like Max. All of your icons move to the top, or they're on the left-hand side if you're in full screen. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger because it just looks a bit ridiculous there. I'm going to go available and we're going to send that call through again. And we are connected. So slightly different stuff going on here. The call control moves to the bottom of the screen. Again, I can place the call on hold. I can mute it. I can mask it. If you don't see all of these buttons, it's probably because your administrator has restricted it from your view. It looks like this, or we go full screen and it looks like that. And we have the customer card. This is not a full customer card, and there'll be an update on the channel soon because Nice are completely revolutionizing the customer card over the next couple of releases. So it's going to look a lot better. So everything that I need to do as an agent is still here. But the benefit of moving to CX1 Agent is it opens up things such as Copilot to us. Now, I am having a completely pointless conversation with myself on the speakerphone, so we're not going to get any cues in terms of knowledge unless I mix it up a little bit. Can I get trip cover? Oh, we've got incoherent speech.
Does my trip cover include skiing and scuba diving?
So I'm not sure why my agent leg audio is coming out through my speaker, but you'll see here we were on the call. Now we've got Copilot involved. We can start to bring knowledge in and all that kind of good stuff as well. And I should be saying here, skiing requires an additional premium or specialist cover. Standard policies do not include hazardous or adventure activities like skiing unless an extra premium is paid. If I say that, then the Copilot reporting is going to say if I've adhered to that or not. Away from all the new stuff within CX1 Agent mode, everything just works really, really nicely. So if I go and grab those chat conversations, so let's grab that one and let's assign that to me. And then what we'll start to see is that our agent interface just gets really easy to use. Everything is in one place. I can look at this. I can go across to my chat. Because I'm on a voice call here, I can't minimize this and make this smaller at the moment. But if I was only working digital, I can minimize that left-hand toolbar as well. The beauty about this is it's not two different environments in one window, essentially. It's all one place. And with the advances that you've now got in both the new interaction model and the agent state, the agent contact state changes, plus the ability that if you want to, you can put channel lock on voice and on chat to treat them as live. So if I'm on a call here, I can actually lock out chat and vice versa. There's a lot that you can start to do with CX1 Agent. It just makes life easier for your agents now. So we have customer card, we have contact history. This is all a bit neater now versus where we were with, say, Max. I'm going to move myself over here. Look at that. We can put notes on here. We've got our various different channels, all that kind of good stuff. We can understand what's gone on with this. And again, Copilot comes in and we can utilize this within our digital as well. So let's focus away from our interactions for a moment and look at the rest of the board. You'll see I'm on a digital interaction here, so I've got some quick replies, and the rich replies just come straight in now. Instead of them being an additional panel within, say, DFO, I can look at contact history. I can go and search for interactions. I'll show you this full screen as well. We can look at what's in queue. What you don't have are the individual icons per channel like you used to have at the bottom of Max, but you can, once something is queuing, see that. In fact, what I'll do is I'll make myself unavailable and we will put another call in a moment. Now that call has just ended. I've got auto summary working, so it's already giving me my notes, which makes my life easier as an agent. It brings consistency to the contact center. Everything just looks very similar, which means the next agent is going to have a great deal of data to work with. If I click save there, we can see we now have one in queue, just like so. We have our directory. We use this for our transfers. Hasn't changed, essentially. You've got a schedule button. So the WAM is still here. You can get to your schedule via that traditional method that you might have used in Max. But here we've got the ability to see our schedule. If I ping across to Monday and click add, I can add a commitment. What I can't do here at the moment is make a request. That I have to go into the old WAM style to do. So here I've got my ability to add an activity. And look at what I'm trying to do. I'm going to do unpaid time off. I've got 25 days to do this. So let's make that a bit longer and add that. And hopefully I will get that approved, although it's unlikely as it's a Saturday. All of the settings that you might expect, although now Jabra call control, there is a video on the channel about this. If you have a Jabra headset with the inline call controls, it works really, really nicely. AV. If you're someone that likes desktop notifications, which, as you might be able to tell, I am not, you can set all your different notifications in here, so you can still have the toaster on your primary screen telling you what is going on. And we have more accessibility. You can decide what you want to change here. You've got some controls. You've got your information, which your IT team might be looking for assistance with, and we've got our skills that we're part of, and you can still report an issue. That came in relatively recently from what I remember. And your reporting is still here as well. So if you're an agent and want to know how your productivity is, how your performance is, you can see that. So if we look at where CX1 Agent is now, this should be where your agents are now working. Everything that you will need is within CX1 Agent. It just works, and it's a cleaner, easier interface to use. We're looking at it here as a full application, but it can be integrated as a Chrome extension. It can be embedded within certain CRMs. It can sit within Microsoft Teams if you need to work within Microsoft Teams. And it also works as a mobile application and as an installable web page as well. So there you have it. The world of CX1 Agent is not scary. And if you're coming from Macs, now's the time to start looking at this, migrating those channels, and getting your agents ready for working within CX1 Agent. Thank you for joining A Piece of CX.